Shalom Israel, first and foremost, I do need all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bashem, El Shah, Bashem, Kakadash, the born to the apostles, and else great millstone for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings, love like Israel, Yahweh is the name of the unfriendly in Hebrew, Bashem is the name, and Yahweh Shah is the name of the begotten Son. Back to our lesson, and as you see within the title, we're going to be going to Joey Swoll, caught red-handed, or something to that effect. But as you see this guy right here, this is Joey Swoll. He's a gym content creator. He's on Instagram and TikTok, I believe, but recently has been exposed for his true feelings towards Jake. And I was previously going to title the lesson going to this hatred that this devil that Esau Edom has for us as a people. And as we continue to progress lives and days, their feelings, their true colors are beginning to show. That's actually what I was going to tell the lesson. Their true colors are beginning to show, or something to that effect. But you can play two quick videos just to go into the situation. You're gonna see what he said. You see someone in the comments on his live says you literally called black people colored. And usually you haven't seen the word colored being thrown out. But if you look back then, this is what they would call Jake. So it doesn't just randomly, come out your mouth. Go and show his true feelings, his true thoughts, because this dude, seems kind, seems well. We're just going back to his content, his videos that he makes. He'll call out people that are causing problems within the gym, that are making fun of people within the gym. He'll call them out, make videos on them, and this and that. But look what ended up happening. The hatred that he has towards Jake. So let's play quick videos just to get out of the way. Don't make too big of a lesson. Let's dive right into it.
Racism. I've literally done videos me supporting racism. I've literally done videos against racism.
Joey, we don't give a fuck, gang. Stay on that side, nigga. You're caught. Say what you really mean in here, gang. You don't think racism is that big of a deal, and move the fuck on, bro. Your entire brand is about how positive you are, to the point where a nigga in the gym can show a little bit of rudeness, and you getting ready to fight.
See, and that's what I was speaking on earlier, because that's his content. He'll call people out for being rude or what's in causing problems in the gym. But there goes to show his true feelings, and he was caught red-handed. Because he literally says in a live or in a video where he calls Jake colored.
Damn near mad as shit through the phone. I seen your videos, cuz. But a nigga saying the hard R and being racist is a mistake, a simple mistake in his past. Bro, pick and choose, nigga. Is you a hateful person or are you positive, my nigga? And
this is why this devil is not to be trusted in any case. About the point earlier, he seems kind, he seems well, but you get in Psalm 55 and I'm gonna say 21, Psalm 58 and 3. Going to tell the devil is a natural born liar. And he has smooth words, paraphrasing, or his words were. Let's actually get that real quick. I'll get it after. I'll get it after. But going to that point, where he's a natural born liar. He's a silver tongue per se.
the record, this shit don't hurt my feelings, nigga. I really don't give a fuck. This is funny. This nigga trying so hard to protect this image. Nigga, your career is over, bruh. Pack this shit up. You already made it. Why is you going so hard for this nigga, bruh? It's like his ass was cracking you when he was alive or something.
And he was defending Hulk Hogan. People were getting on him. Because you also seen many things Hulk Hogan also said. And he was getting mad at people for pretty much, not being, sad over his death. Or as the case may be,
You try so hard to be this positive nigga. Okay, so you don't stand with hate. So it's simple. Don't stand with racism, bruh.
Me supporting racism.
Let's see. Just commentary. He said colored way too loud. Colored athletes. But let's get this other video, which is going to show, what he said previously, and why people are now, getting on this dude, and which his true colors are being shown. And really, the whole point of this whole lesson, this devil, his horns, will be shown. His true colors, will be revealed. Jake will soon realize that this devil that Esau Edom doesn't like you one bit. Which he may seem well, may, speak so-called good things, towards you, but in reality, in his mind, he's seeking to do, evil things. Has these, terrible thoughts against you.
If you're going to attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that live close to him. If you're going to attack me,
see, and this is, what he said.
If you're going to attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that live close to him.
So he can let racism slide, but calling someone a creep in the gym is where he draws the line. But you see just how, people are, getting on this dude. And watching how he was caught red-handed, how his true feelings, his true colors were shown. Going back to that whole point that this devil does not like you, Jake. He doesn't like you, Israelites. And we're going to go into this hatred that Esau Edom has. And out of Ezekiel 35:5. Because I was had a perpetual hatred. This devil has a perpetual hatred against us. You go into that word perpetual means never ending. Let's actually get it. For edification's sake. Because Jake wants to believe that this devil has changed his ways, that he's different. He's not who he once was. Yet you see on various accounts, this devil does not like you one bit. He hasn't changed one bit. Let's see, perpetual, never ending, or changing, everlasting. He has an everlasting hatred towards us. Because I've had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of children by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and time that their iniquity had an end. So, further going to this hatred this devil has towards us as a people. But Jake wants to, say it's water under the bridge, that he's different, he's not who he once was. Yeah, Jake will soon realize he's not a friend, but a foe, your enemy. And Jake's gonna, learn that the hard way, man. You can look throughout history of all the terrible things, the atrocities the devil has committed, the lies that came out of this devil's mouth, all the backstabbings that took place. He's not to be trusted in any way, man. And also, I want to get these scriptures before, because I said I was going to get them. Psalm 55. I want to say it's the 21st verse. Yeah, Praktikashai is the one I was referencing. This is Psalm 55:21. That says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. We may speak well, may say good things, may seem kind, but in reality, deep behind those words are deeper, intentions, or his true feelings. One more time from my top. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were soft, yet were they drawn swords. And there are wicked thoughts and intentions behind these so-called good words. May have evil thoughts, towards you. Thinking about doing wicked things towards you, whatever the case may be. Listen, they may say good things, but they don't really mean them. Is the point. A silver tongue. With Isaiah 26:10, it says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. So as you get through all various scriptures, this devil can't repent. He can't learn righteousness. He can't be good. So further going to show he's not to be trusted in any case. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Now, this is what the Lord has sent him up to do, to be the bad guy, to be the wicked. There's Jeremiah 13:23, also another great scripture, further going to show he's unable to change his ways, that he is not, put off that old person he used to be. Just because he's hiding it a little better than he used to, don't mean his devil don't like you. Don't mean he don't hate you. Don't mean he's not seeking to take you out. You see various examples of that, man. Where Jake ends up hanging out with a bunch of Edomites, and guess what? He ends up being taken out. There's one article that went into that. And what do they all say? He went crazy. He turned against us. Against 5 other dudes. It's 1 against 5, and he turned against us. Well, the devil's not to be trusted, man. And this is one that, going back to these videos I just played, this is one example. He's a big, content creator on Instagram, TikTok. Once he goes into, he's against bullying and all these different things, but you see, his true intentions, his true thoughts, his true colors that he hates. Colored colors. You saw what he said within that second video, Jeremiah 13:23. One more time. Can Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. So, going back to that point, as I said multiple times, he's unable to change his ways. Isaiah 26:10, he's unable to repent. He's unable to do good. To think good. Ecclesiastes 12:10, you saw how that, I don't want to say it slipped out his mouth. It's like he said that every day. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 10, never trust an enemy, for like his honor rests, so is his wickedness. It's within the scripture for a reason why we're not to trust this devil, man, in any case. Never trust an enemy. Get a couple more scriptures in Malachi 1:4, where Edom said we were impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places, thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build what I will throw down. So going to show who this is. Speaking of Edom, Esau, Edom, which you also get in the previous verse. Going to show this hatred the Lord has towards Esau, which I'll actually get. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Now we're going to jump down to the middle part. They shall build what I will throw down, and shall call them the border of wickedness. So this devil is literally called the border of wickedness. And the people against whom Yahweh Shai had the nation forever. So he's the wicked. And we've got in previous scriptures, he's unable to change his ways. This is what he set up to do. To be the backer, to be the wicked, man. I got a couple more. This is Amos 1:11. And it says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually. We went to the perpetual this devil had towards us, man. And he kept his wrath forever. But also going to this point right here is, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. He's going to pay for his crimes, his atrocities he has committed. His blood is required. You also get Numbers 35. Got a few more. Psalms 83:2. Wish I could get more verses than this. Now it says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So you had these nations pretty much come together to go against us, to keep us down. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one's consent. They are confederate against thee, so they're in agreement. And they also list off, the enemies. The tabernacles of Edom. There you go. And the Ishmaelites, was the so-called Arabs, Moab, dealing with the Chinese, and the Hagarians, and the list goes on. Also, Esau, Edom being the so-called in the day. Now we got 2 more. This is 1 Peter 5:8. And this is, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And you had a lot of, Jakes, Israelites making tons of posts saying how they trusted this dude, You know, they actually liked his content, this and that. And they found out this dude hated you the whole time. Which is what Jake as a whole is going to soon come to realize, that this devil hates you. He don't like you one bit. And this is one sliver, one little example. You know? But you see he's trying to save face, apologize on that. Yeah. Which I think was the first video he's trying to say he's not racist or something to that effect. If not, that was a previous video he said before. That second video where he said colored and all this stuff. I'm gonna make a part 2. I don't know. I was gonna make it, a quick lesson, going into it, because it was a big content creator and got caught, lacking for what he said. And he didn't even think twice about it. And that's what you would see back then. Things that you would see, signs posted on walls. How color are not allowed, or something to that effect. Just give me an example. And this is what you would see, people say, and have signs, put up. Try to have an example. Which is, I guess, a new sign people are just trying to make. But you get the idea. You see various old signs that they would, have up back then. Now look at this right here. This is what I was looking for mainly. It says no dogs. So-called blacks, Mexicans. But you get the idea. Now, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh thus, seeking whom he may devour. So you see how he's just playing nice. And that goes for all these devils, man. But he has more deeper, wicked intentions. Isaiah 31:1-3. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not me, and that cover they cover but not of my spirit, that they may descend to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, having to ask in my mouth, to strengthen themselves and strengthen Pharaoh, to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Verse 3. And this is the main point. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion be your shame, and your confusion for trusting in this place, especially for trusting in this devil in Esau, Edom. And we already got this script right here, and that's the point. Just make a quick hit, go into that video, that situation. And now you had a lot of Jakes, once again, making a lot of posts, saying how they trusted this dude, they feel like this dude, and look what happened, they found out he don't like you one bit. So just one little example, because Jake will just soon realize as a whole, this devil couldn't care less about you. Matter of fact, he has a perpetual and never-ending hatred, and that he has not changed his ways one bit. So that's the point right there. I don't close out. Give all praise, all honor, glory to Allah. Shalom. See you next one. Lord's will.